Hi everyone, welcome back to the Commonwealth. We are starting a new build today, and you might notice my voice is a little bit different. I have contracted some virus that mostly just affects my voice, so sorry about that. Anyway, we are in this location here, which is called the Northern Escarpment. I hope I got that right. This is I guess it's a custom location from a mod. I can't remember the name, but I'll put that on the screen right now. Anyway, it gives you a bunch of places to build in the Northern Commonwealth, and it's quite a cool location, this one. We basically have from this kind of riverbed thing, gorge, to the other side of that rock. So not the biggest area, but you know, we get up to the edge here, so that's very cool. And no doubt you've seen on the thumbnail, I'm going to do a raider base. The north is just too friendly for me, so I'm going to do an epic raider base here. And I've got an idea for the center of the settlement, I guess. You probably see it in the thumbnail, and I hope it turns out well. Anyway, first order of business is to clear out all these trees, because I'm sure raiders don't really like trees. And just like that, we have got rid of all the trees, mostly in the buildable area, and most of the bushes too. And what the heck is this? Yes, we have a giant face in the middle of our settlement. Now, I plan to put, I'm sure you've seen in the thumbnail, a giant face in the middle of our settlement. This isn't it, but I'm using this as a reference. So I basically just took a statue head. I'm not actually sure what mod it's from, but I enlarged it and put it in the sky. And I'm basically going to build around the shape of the face, but change it so it looks like a skull, not a man's face. So that's the plan. I've kind of put it in the location that I want to, you know, see it. And I'm just going to start building around it and then put some sort of tower, I guess, underneath it. And it's going to be kind of like a raider castle, if that makes sense. Somebody's going to live inside of it. So I've got a lot of work to do. Let's get into it. Well, this escalated quickly. We have this guy here. This is not final. I have basically created this and destroyed it and recreated it about 3 times. Probably part of the reason why I didn't actually record that process, because what a nightmare. This is harder than I thought it was going to be, and it still doesn't look right. So it kind of looks like a minion kind of gorilla thing. Yeah, it was meant to look more like a skull, but it's a little bit hard to shape things with junk. And you can see I've used a lot of junk. This is raider bits and chassis and I don't know what else, you know, there's foundry stuff I should say, and generators and planes and all sorts of stuff. I just sort of plonked it down here, and I'm going to keep building on it as we go, but I can't focus on this too much because I've just spent like 3 or 4 hours doing this, and I do need to focus on, you know, more of this area as well. So I'm probably going to tweak this as I go along. You can see we've kind of got a rough idea of what's going to happen. It's yeah, this kind of scary thing poking its head out on top of the hill, and then I'm going to do a kind of a wall around the whole place, and then like an encampment in this area here. So buildings and tarps and things, and no doubt lots of bodies and things. Just yeah, developing it with that kind of raider theme in mind. Hopefully from far away, seeing this thing, you know, glowing eyes and big scary face will look pretty cool and menacing. So let's keep going. Okay, we are back after some time, and oh, we're stuck. Let's go have a look at what we've done. Now, you can see now we have a junk fence around the whole place, and we have 2 entrances. This one here from that riverbed, and then another one on the other side, which is from another riverbed. And you can see the giant space we have here to fill with buildings and things, and you can see I've sort of started over here. I just sort of put a whole bunch of tarps and things down over there, just so I don't have to keep going through different menus, so don't really pay any mind to that. But I have developed this guy a fair bit more, made him look a little bit more raidery with more of the kind of sharp steel poking out everywhere, and just tried to make the face look a little bit more, I guess what I was going for, which is more of a skull kind of shape. I might actually make the eyes a little bit smaller, just so it looks less like goggles, I guess. But we'll have a look at that up close in a little bit. But this is basically going to be the guy that runs this place. This is kind of his castle. So in here will be his own personal living area. So I will need to enclose it with proper walls and everything. And this is kind of the entrance you'd walk through. And it's kind of in line with this part over here. If you think about, you know, like a pirate walking the plank, these guys are pretty psychotic. And, you know, if they kidnap you and nobody pays your ransom, then this is when you're going to end up getting pushed off here. So not a fun place to be for sure. You can see there, and our other entrances over there. So let's get a closer look at this thing. So from up here, this thing is looking definitely more menacing. And if we look a little bit closer, we can see this is where the head honcho is going to live. Well, this is his kind of lookout spot. So if you think of this as his throne, and then down here is kind of where he actually just lives. Yeah, so he's got a little microphone there. He can call out demands and, you know, got his gun there. Take pot shots and everything like that. So that's where he sits, and he'll have his own kind of way to get up there from the inside of the castle, so that he doesn't have to, we don't have to put some kind of ladder out here where it might be ugly. But anyway, I've been thinking about a backstory for this guy, and he's going to be called Cain the Butcher Halloway, and this is his keep, and we're going to call it the Butcher's Keep. Very imaginative, I know. And the going story in the Commonwealth is, don't go up north because the butcher might get you and take you back to his butcher's keep. It's a little bit silly, but we're just having fun, and I've got plenty more work to do. I need to finish this this camp, this settlement. So let's keep going. Welcome back, and after many an hour, we have somewhat of a settlement mostly complete. So let's have a quick look here. Now, the interiors of these buildings aren't developed that much because, you know, these guys are raiders, and, you know, they don't have kind of the established structures, I guess, as my other settlements. So I've tried to keep it a little bit loose, and we don't want them to be too comfortable. So, you know, a lot of the beds are not the best, but let's have a look around this place. It's looking, you know, with the spikes and the bodies and the flames and everything, the smoke, kind of looking like a raider camp now. We have these doggos. They are actually from the CVC Dead Wasteland mod, and they actually count to the defense of the settlement, so that's good. We got plenty of those running around, so that's all good. So I tried to put a lot of junk around the buildings just to make it look like these guys don't really care where they live. And we have a burn pit over there as well. So yes, these interiors are pretty loose and not much to see inside. And I have sort of sprinkled carcasses and skeletons and all sorts of things around the place. Still a fair bit to do yet though. I do want to develop this area and actually have something, you know, actually going on. Like somebody getting pushed off here. Facing judgment or something. Let's just spin around. We do have access to the wall there via this walkway. Oh, almost lost it. So people can watch what happens from up here. And I guess this spot is kind of good to sort of see the settlement in general. So we have these windmill type things. We have the spikes with the flames on the top. And of course we have our centerpiece over there. Which, in fact, doesn't have an interior, but I have sort of filled it out, I guess. There's something to show over here. Oh, we do have, I guess this kind of resembles a shop, but it is pretty loose, as I said before. And then we do have somewhere to prepare the meat for the raiders over here. So it's kind of like an outdoor cooking space. Somebody else's house over here. And yeah, so I did fill in the walls for our castle. So not completely filled in, but you know, at least it would be mostly covered by the rain. I will put a ceiling in, a proper ceiling. And we'll have to figure out some way to get up to the head of our skeleton. so that makes sense. So I think, yeah, this will be kind of the last update before we do a final tour and see how this thing turns out. So far, having a lot of fun making this stuff. To be honest, it's a lot of trial and error. I probably spent about double the time it normally would have taken. But anyway, let's keep going. Okay, so we are finished, and we'll start here. So this is kind of the first entrance. We have a second entrance again on the other side, this kind of riverbed thing. And this is kind of the first indication that you're getting to the entrance way. We have that kind of gate there. Make your way up here. And this is the other entrance we saw before. But now it's kind of a little bit more finished out. And you come through here. Okay, I have had a ton of trouble trying to get settlers to work here. They just won't do what they're told, and they'll just randomly just spawn into one group. So for the purpose of just the narrative and everything, I've decided to use mannequins. So sorry about that. And this is our first guy. He is guarding the dog kennel. So we just have a space for the dogs to hang out. We've got quite a few dogs. I'm not too sure they'll all fit in here, but anyway, let's not think too hard about that. Come over here, and this is where we'll have this guy who, if you want to buy a slave or something, you kind of bid, and he'll kind of, you know, do the auction thing. We got one guy strapped in here. He looks like a Minuteman. Yeah, not quite in the shackles there, but yeah, close as I could get. And unfortunately, this guy did not survive. So these guys are just sort of listening, and I guess they would make bids as this guy does his auction. And yeah, hopefully they can get a slave. These guys over here just hanging out. Let's see, where do we go? Again, more guys just hanging out, cooking food. These guys are having a barbecue. This guy's slicing up some meat. And this guy's having a little bit of a cooking sesh over there. And if we come up our castle here, this guy's on guard. Come through the doors here. And, you know, it's pretty nice for some raiders. We've got an area to cook some meat. And he can have his friends over. They can hang out here. Drink some alcohol over here and play some pool. Now his bed is suspended from the ceiling there. So you just walk up the ladder there. And that's how you get to the bed. And then the entrance into the skull kind of throne room thing is you just walk up that ladder, and then that's the access there. Just to note that this isn't actually usable. There's just too much junk kind of blocking the way, so I just made it look like it works, but it doesn't actually work, unfortunately. Anyway, we'll make our way out here and just come around here. Got some more doggos, and I just filled in junk here, and we have, hang on, his clothes disappeared, but that guy is protecting this side. And oh, we have a doggo up there. We have a symmetrical gate compared to the other side. Yeah, so it's on both sides. And I just dotted a whole bunch of, you know, skeletons and bodies and all sorts of things around the place, just to make it look more like a raider camp. So if we make our way through the settlement here, we have kind of the sacrificial warning, I guess, here. Got a bunch of people strung up, and lots of cages and things, lots of fire, lots of smoke, and these guys are up on the roof watching the proceedings there. And we have something going on over here as well, so let's go up the steps over here. And these guys are watching what's happening over there. So they're just hanging out here. Uh-oh, somebody's getting tossed. I like this guy over here. He's just like really chilled out. Let's go down here. So unfortunately, this poor gentleman is getting tossed off the end of the plank here. Let me just toggle the free cam. Looks a little bit more epic when you're from this angle here. So yes, the guy in the mascot mask is punching this guy off. And yes, they are just mannequins, but very dynamic. I like the posing a lot. And unfortunately, these guys have been pretty prolific. You can see at the base of the rocks, there is just skeletons and bodies everywhere, so this is kind of a ritual of theirs. And not exclusively humans either, we have robots as well, so, you know, if a robot stumbles into the settlement or gets raided or stolen, yes, that could be their end as well. So bad times for everybody apart from the guys that live here, I guess. So if we just zoom out a little bit, this is how it ended up. It's pretty epic if you ask me. Lots of stuff going on, lots of fire and smoke, and hopefully I have sort of captured the raider vibe. I think I have. We got probably a little bit overkill, pun intended, with the bodies and stuff, but you know, we want to try and sell that look. And I just think having that kind of skeleton skull with the fiery eyes in the middle really does just set off that look. And you know what? We should probably see this at nighttime as well. Let me just toggle the set game hour to, and let's say 22. And there we go. So this is our nighttime vibe. Man, that skull really looks freaking awesome. And I did actually put a red light inside, so you can really see the Cain the Butcher in there in his throne room. So I think that really just sells the look, and of course the fire looking epic. So if we come like quite far away, what can we see? I guess it depends on the sort of field of view, how far you can see, but yeah, certainly up close, up this angle, it looks freaking epic. Anyway, I think I'll leave this one here before my voice packs it in and I can't speak anymore. But I hope you enjoyed that one. Please drop us a like and a subscription if you're feeling extra generous. And leave a comment or question down below and I'll try and respond to it. I try to do my best with that. If you'd like to engage with the Jabba Games community, you can jump on the Discord. You can find the link on the main channel page there. There's also a link to my Patreon and also my Twitch. I try to do as many live streams as I can with my building. Yeah, definitely something I need to work on, but yeah, jump over there, subscribe to that as well if you are interested. That's enough jabbering out of me. Hope you enjoyed Cain the Butcher Holloway's Butcher's Keep and his Marauders, and I hope to see you on the next video. Have a good day.